There's this one tactic that PSG are using that's really working well for them, especially with the speed that they have. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how Barcelona can do the same thing but in a slightly different manner in order to beat PSG and destroy them pretty much with a tactic that they like to use. But before we get into all of that, please guys do subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot to get the family to grow. We upload weekly tactical content of Barcelona. But let's get right into the video and see. The tactic that I'm talking about is really a tactic that Luis Enrique has only recently installed in this PSG team, and that is when he uses Mbappe or Dembele as a false nine type player, right? So what's happening here is really interesting, right? Especially when PSG has to form like a pivot, you know, where in order to build up, especially in a high press, then you see that Dembele is taking up that space, right? Where that really creates problems because now you have spots and space that people can run in, right? Because these players have to obviously come out and follow wherever. So that creates like an extra midfielder. And of course, like I said in the previous analysis, that Xavi is more than likely going to really, like, how can I say now, it's going to overload the midfield. And I really would like to see an inverted fullback in this instance, right? So this is really interesting from PSG, right? Especially when Dembele has to take up that space, and that also creates gaps to run in behind because these players are now going to struggle. Do Koulibaly go out and then leave space for Mbappe, or what is he going to do? Because at the end of the day, the false nine is just going to create problems. And I really honestly think that Luis Enrique, if he's going to overload the midfield, he's going to use Dembele or whoever to create this box midfield for PSG as well. So that is what PSG do, and I'm gonna tell you in a second how we can defend this, and also how can we use this tactic against them in order for us to be able to use their own tactic and destroy them with it. Now, in order to press effectively in this instance, you're kind of gonna have like to press the center backs, you know, to disrupt this play, put them under pressure. You might gonna have to get Cancelo to come a lot more forward and actually have a back three, you know. And this is a little bit more dangerous, especially like I said, with the speed and the power that they have with Kolo Muani, because they can play the ball directly to him, you know, into that instance and just knock it off for the likes of Dembele. But also you can then, if Dembele just come inside, then the opposition will have a 3 against 2 in that instance, right? And you can obviously have Gundogan follow Dembele for the false 9 position, but then of course you're going to have the troubles right here. That's why I'm suggesting that we should rather just stick to our 4-5-1 situation. Like I said, have Lewandowski sit over here, you have Rafinha and Lamine going on there, and then you just, this is the way that you can just play, you know. Let the center backs obviously have the ball, let them play as much as they can on top of that ball, and just press all the other options, right? For this instance, if you do have Dembele come in, Gundogan is absolutely free to follow him, right? And like I said, it's very difficult, you know, to defend the false 9, because what if he drops in here? Are you going to have Gundogan going in here and then Mbappe come in to be able to receive the ball there? So it's difficult, and it's going to be really easy. Not easy, it's going to be exciting to see how Xavi does defend this, because it's going to be a problem for us. And this is why I'm saying that we should be using this tactic. I don't really see how Barcelona is going to be able to defend this. Maybe you guys can drop some comments in the comment section for me to see. And this is why I'm actually saying that we should be using this tactic against PSG and destroy them with their own tactic. The other way of also defending this, when PSG would like to try the build up, it's one thing to have a problem, right, with the false 9, but we could actually direct this problem. For an example, let's say Lewandowski press from an angle, right? And I would much prefer him to come from the left side to get the ball to this side, because then everybody is gonna have to come over, right, to be able to get involved in this instance. So then Dembele has to come to this side, which is going to make the space overcrowded to play the ball, to be able to play the ball, right? So the only real viable option for Barcelona right here, or for PSG, excuse me, is to play the ball over to the left side. So the open space is going to be on that left side right there, right? So, and this is your least dangerous option. You don't want the ball to be at Dembele because of speed, and obviously not the Kylian Mbappe. So why not direct the traffic to the left side and then make sure that they have to switch the ball to that side? So this is what I would do if I was the manager. Let's get the ball, because if you do it the other way around, and PSG can then switch to Mbappe or Dembele, then you're gonna have a problem, right? But rather let Lewandowski come from the left side here, and then they have to switch over to the right side. So that is what I would do, you know, to overcrowd the midfield and not leave. And that's also how you're gonna leave Mbappe with as little space as possible for him to operate in, right? So I think that is a good tactic for us to have. Let's rather put them to one side, overcrowd Mbappe's space, and then make sure that the option to attack us is right on the other side. So they have to switch to a much lesser weapon, if I can use that word, in order to be able to attack us. And even if they do attack us, you know, and they do get the ball to switch and Cancelo can it, then we already in position to attack them down right here, and then eventually get to the ball and attack them, right? So that is what I would do if I want to defend this false 9 position. When I say Barcelona can use this tactic, because I think that it's very highly likely that you're going to see a front 3 press from Mbappe, Moani and Dembele. I don't know who's injured, but just fill in the other names who wouldn't be there. And this is where I think that this 4 that you've seen from Barcelona is just so easy for us to have a 4 against 3 in this instance. Then you can have Cancelo go up high, which is ultimately going to leave us with this free man right here. Now here's where the interesting part goes, right? You're going to have a 4 against 3 now if they would commit. And I think if they do have a front 3 when they press, when you see Rafinha or whoever plays on the left side going to come in here and create that numerical advantage for Barcelona, this is where we will be able to destroy him, because any pass really is going to draw a player out, and then boom, you have now a 4 against 4, which is, with the ratings that you saw from the center backs of PSG, is just dreamland for Barcelona. So really any pass that you can think of, you know, even to Fermin, you know, if a player goes out, then you're gonna see that play to Rafinha right there. Now here's the deal. This is technically a false 9, right? Because he's a false winger. He comes inside, he's gonna drop anywhere you see in this space right here. But here's the deal, it's not only Rafinha who can do that, you know. Lewandowski can also come in, and then you got the player drawn out here, and then you can play Rafinha in behind. Now it's easier said than done, but I think that just the option of having that is heaven for Barcelona, right? Because if Lewandowski is gonna push back the back line, nobody can really follow Rafinha. If this guy comes out, then you're gonna have this, right? Or the pass can even go straight to Cancelo on that left wing, and like you've seen, they play Rafinha in behind. Now this is going to be a free player for us, but at the same time we're gonna need to utilize this back 4 that you see right here, right? So that is technically not a false 9, but I mean, it's still having the freedom to roam. It's going to be like an extra man, right? So PSG will have to be able to have their number, because Lewandowski can also be the one dropping towards the ball there, you know. And then if Rafinha is the one who's pushing back or can do these type of runs for Barca in behind, so we're gonna have a false 9 and have an extra man to be able to push back the back line of the opposition. Now if that's Rafinha or Lewandowski, João Felix, whoever plays, that's gonna be bonus for Barca. We can even be using the inverted fullback right here, right? João Cancelo can be the one to come in here, but I think you would want to have Cancelo over on that wing, because that draws a player out, which can have Rafinha in behind. But guys, let me know, what do you think about this tactic? Can Barcelona use it? Is it going to be for our benefit? But as always, like I said, let me know your thoughts. Please do subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot to get the family to grow. And also thank you once again for your undying support. We are growing at an unbelievable pace. But until the next one, guys, stay safe. Thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye.